Alright, Diablo 4 players, let's go over the brand new endgame Undercity. So, let's go and explain everything that you need to know about it. So first off, where can you access this? And is this like also available during the early game or is it late game activity only? The answer is, I would say it's much better in the later stages of the game because you can actually farm kind of what you want. But you can still engage with the content without being at the very far later stages of the endgame. But for starters, let's go over the location of this. So over up on the map, it's going to be located right in the heart of the brand new area, the Bazaar, and it is located right over here. So it's basically in the center, and you just go to the Spirit Brazier, which is this little icon with a little like demon skull with a little flame on top of it. So to interact with it, you just click on it and you can just go right on in. However, if you want to try to target farm, this is where this area excels. So what you can do is you can throw in these things called the tributes. You can acquire these by bosses or just by playing the game. Some of these are just giving us rewards, but basically you can right click on one of these and it's going to add a bonus to the area, and it may make it harder. So you can see we're going to get runes, but the starting time is 75 seconds, and then we have the time bonus penalty of 25 and the potion drop penalty of -30. Now if I don't put those, you can see that it is going to be different. So depending on what I put in, maybe I want masterworking materials, maybe I want summoning items. These are like for the bosses. Let's go ahead and just go hop on in. We're going to go ahead and throw runes as one of the rewards. Now there's also a bargain, so this is optional, but what I can do is I can spend my other forms of currency and I can go on in and get whatever of these bonuses. Now maybe I want to get armor with resistances, maybe I want to get my class uniques, maybe I want to get uniques for other characters. I'm just going to go ahead and select this just because it's kind of fun, but maybe I want to get a very specific aspect that I know it's in a mobility or utility category. I want to maybe rank it up. This is a great way to do this, especially in the earlier stages of the game. Just getting a lot of legendaries is just good, just so you can have those aspects. But as you progress, you may want to get a higher tier on that, which usually involves going to the higher world tier. And then you can go ahead and do these as well. But it's a great form of getting uniques. I actually found a lot of my uniques earlier on by doing the Undercity. But to explain this, let's go ahead and just hop on in because going into the zone will actually explain a little bit better because I can show you guys the menu over there and like the interface. So we're going to go ahead and select the chaotic uniques. Let's go ahead and go on in. So that costed me my obols, but I'm gonna get some rewards out of it if I complete it. So think of this kind of like a greater rift. You kill monsters and it builds up. Now there's certain objectives here. Now how it works is there are going to be two different objectives. There's one that has like a blue flame that is progress towards your bar. Once you hit 1, 2, 3, 4, that determines your rewards at the very end. You're also timed here. Once we get to 0, we fail and we get whatever we did in terms of rewards and it kicks us out. Now we obviously want to complete it. There's a boss at the end that's special. So what we want to do is kill things as fast as possible. The blue flames will give us progress towards this, and the orange one will actually allow us to get more time. Now I would really recommend running the mercenary Subo. However, right now I needed my extra armor, so I'm using this mercenary. I'm still kind of progressing here, but you just want to basically get towards the end, and you want to do every single one of these blue ones unless you're already at 4 out of 4. That's the maximum amount of upgrades that you can get, and then you will be fighting a boss. Again, you want to try to be as fast as possible. As soon as I walk out of the circle is when it will start. There are 3 floors, and once you go down a floor, you cannot go back up. So do you need a full clear everything? Not really. It depends on your RNG. There's been times where like I barely even, all I do is the blue objectives, and then I'm already like way over cap. There's times where I'm completing all of them and killing monsters, and I just don't have enough. It's up to the luck of the draw. I wouldn't worry about it too much. My suggestion, just to give you guys a tip, as far as my experience goes, just go as fast as you can, but do every single one of these blue ones along the way. You don't feel like you have to kill every single monster, but let's get started. Subo will significantly help out this though. And the reason why is he lets you see the monsters, which helps out significantly. You have to click on the beacons, by the way. I'm going to do this kind of fast because, well, we are timed here. So you can see, and once it's grayed out, you can progress. You don't want to progress without clicking on these. See how it's on the top right? It's still blue. Once that blue flame goes away, then move. Because, again, you want to try to be efficient here. Again, you don't have to kill every single thing that you see. See on the top where it has a little timer? These guys will give us extra time. And we definitely want to try to get as much time as possible as, well, if we have no time, we lose. But I would try to prioritize the blue objectives the most, but you can kind of do both. There's also like another elite over here. Greater Afflicted over here. This guy's got some extra HP, but he gives us extra time. There's another room which we will go back and we can go towards. But I want to get all the blue flames. The blue flames are the main priority. And these are randomly generated by them. I'll show you guys the full run, and you can decide if this is the endgame content for you. For me, I actually really like this form of endgame content. I would say, as long as your build is good, just click on the beacon ASAP, and then you can kill all the monsters and the ones that spawn in. There's one more guy that's going to give us some time to kill him. Oh, he backed up a little bit. All right, another 6 seconds. Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 seconds on most of the monsters that have like the little like icon above their head. But we'll go in and I'll show you guys what the rewards will look like. And again, I'm considering this a lot better in the end game. If you're really looking to get something though, let's be real, might as well go to like a third-party website and, you know, trade with gold versus going in and just trying to RNG some sort of specific drop that you need. But at least for the solo self-bound players, well, you got a lot more options now, which is great. So you guys can see also how long these take. They take a few minutes. It's not really that long. It's not supposed to be that long, but you do get more. And if any of you guys want this build is excellent for this because it's just fast in general. I think the Sork will be probably dominating with a lightning spear, but we'll see if anything gets changed. But yeah, definitely you want to take Subo in here. I'm going to level up all my mercenaries to max, and I have 2 more to max, and then I'm finished. But yeah, Subo definitely one of the S tier ones, just in general. He's the guy with the bow. Also, one thing I want to give you guys as another bonus tip, open up your map, like full screen like this, once in a while. Certain things can only appear when you full screen it. I don't know if that's a glitch or that's intended, but I know for sure with Subo, he doesn't always reveal everything, so he might be bugged at the moment, or it's just they want us to do that. I don't know. Either way, open up your map like this because it'll show you stuff that you cannot see on the top right. There are times where goblins can appear on these, and the goblins are special in here. And the goblins, what they do is they're like these prankster goblins. They basically open up a portal and they jump through and you have to chase them. It's kind of like a whack-a-mole. But we're already on floor 2. We're doing pretty good for progress. But again, if you don't get the progress, like, you know, by floor 3, don't worry. Sometimes it's genuinely not even your fault. You just got a bad map, unlucky. Go next. But yeah, it's a very fun form of endgame content. I like how it's relatively fast-paced. It almost reminds me a little bit of the Gauntlet, but it's like fast. All right, so now we're on the 3rd floor. This is the last floor. You see we're 3 out of 4. Don't think that you need to complete, like on the 1st floor, you get 1, 2, 3. It's not like that, really. You can get like so much progress sometimes, and sometimes you get no progress. I really want to stress that because in the very beginning when I was playing this, I was like, what the heck? I'm not getting that much progress. Am I doing something wrong? And then there's other times where I'm just like, I got way too much progress. But once you're 4 out of 4, you can go straight to the boss, which is just going to be at the very end. And these bosses are special, and they do have mechanics. Depending on what boss we get, some bosses, I can just sit there and face tank it, so it doesn't matter. But the snake one, sometimes you got to move out of the way. There's a move where it'll do a lot of times, it'll one-shot, depending on your build, obviously. Right, see, we're almost 4 out of 4, and we may not even need to interact with this one. Let's see, this is probably the last one we need to do. And see, it made that little sound. We're already 4 out of 4. Now, if I wanted to, could I just kill everything? Sure. It's completely an optional thing to do, but I'm not going to interact with it because I'm already 4 out of 4. That's all I needed for this. I'm going to go to the next floor. And so you'll know that you're at the boss because, well, you've already gone through the levels, and then there's always going to be a healing well, so you can click on this if you want to reset your potions, because we're running Gents, which is always going to reduce our HP to basically 0. Alright, so we got this one, and I'm probably just going to destroy it before I can do anything here. I'll show you some of the moves. So this one has like some moves where it shows waves. Actually, I kind of need to attack with this build, I forgot. But there's like these waves that can come up, and you can see, like, you can go through these little waves. But I'm just gonna go kill the boss. This one's not really like that important to go over the mechanics. There's a snake one where like there's these statues, and you want to stand behind the statues when you see all of the gold about to explode. But I'll probably upload more gameplay of this mechanic. But I just want to show you guys this thing over here. So now we're going to open up our rewards. So we're going to click on it. Boom. And we got a Zal rune, and we got a ring. Let's check out the ring. We got the rune of Writhing Moon, and then we can just pick up everything else. So that's basically the Undercity runs. And there's a storage chest at the very end if you want to go ahead and store your stuff. But that's basically, in a nutshell, what this mechanic is. In terms of it being like endgame, it is great in the endgame, and it's great early game. I would highly recommend you guys in the early game, if you need some uniques, just to run these a couple times. There are a bunch of different uniques for tons of different builds, not just the SpiritBorn. But if you're playing SpiritBorn, get Janthus Shell, and also get the Harmony of Abaqua. I really recommend you guys to grab those earlier on, because everyone's going to be playing SpiritBorn. So do you need to throw these in? Well, if you want to throw in the bargain, you have to throw in a tribute. It's just required. And there are other ones. These are just the ones I happen to have in my inventory right now. But yeah, definitely look at some of the options. And in the earlier stages, you may want some offensive legendaries. There's going to be a ton to get just to get more power. That aspect is very, very strong. But yeah, that is the brand new Undercity. And once again, Kuros Bazaar is the location. And if you need to unlock it, if you just play the campaign, you'll eventually get to it. But I know a lot of people just want to see all the new forms of endgame, and there are more forms of endgame content. So if you're new here and you want to see the rest of them, subscribe to the bell and you'll see them very soon as we're dropping all the guides and stuff. But that's the Undercity. Let me know your thoughts on it down below too, because I'm kind of curious to know if you guys like it. Personally, for me, I think it's a really great form of endgame content. But again, let's be real. If you want the best stuff in the game, you're just going to trade. Anyways, take care. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Also, if you want a trade guide, I'll link one too in the pin. Peace out.